Welcome to the Small But Mighty Marketing Moment, where we share a short message designed to help you cultivate the strength, wisdom, and mindset necessary for having confidence in your work and in the world. Each one of these messages is based on years of working with marketing leaders from small but mighty marketing teams. For more, you can visit us at agurian.com. The Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "The more we value things outside of our control, the less control we have." Recently, I've been thinking about how in digital marketing, because we have so much data and a ton of tools at our disposal, leaders can sometimes mistake this with a sense of control. My take is that it's on us as marketing leaders to establish a control divide for our organizations, educating them on what is entirely in our control and what isn't. Here's an example. When migrating a website from one platform to the other, you really need to manage expectations around the dip in traffic that the move will create. Of course, you're going to work really hard to mitigate that loss in traffic, and hopefully the dip will be short-lived and you'll come out the other end of the migration in a better place than you were on the old platform. But managing expectations can be really hard when the perception is we're in control, when in fact, we aren't in full control. Here's a series of questions I've found helpful to walk through with leaders to make sure they understand the control divide. First, have the group answer the question, do we have total control of the situation? If it's a yes, well, then we make a plan to fix it and we move to execution. Most of the time, it's a no. So then we need to ask if we can at least influence the situation. If the answer is a yes, which is where we find ourselves when doing a site migration, where we're not entirely in control, but we can influence the outcome, then we need to provide a clear list of what we're doing to influence the outcome. In my experience, sometimes it's even helpful to put 2 columns on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, and as a team, write down on one side in that first column all the things you don't have control over, and on the other side, write the things you do, in fact, have control over. Then, take a look at that first column and have a 10-minute complaining session about all the things you can't control. You got to get that out of your system, and then you draw a big X through that column, and you begin focusing on the things that you can do in that control column to drive the results you're looking for. Now, if you go back to that question, can we influence the situation? Well, if the answer is no, then you're in a place where you don't have control or influence. In this case, you just got to accept the situation and focus on the few things that still remain in your control. But those are things like your attitude, your actions, your words, and where your energy, focus, and efforts will go. Reinhold Niebuhr, an American theologian, ethicist, professor, and commentator on politics and public affairs, coined the phrase, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." So ask yourself, how am I managing stakeholder expectations by helping them identify what is within our control and what lies outside of it? If you like the messages that we do here and would like to get them via email when they're published, you can sign up at agurian.com/marketing-moment.